I think it really matters that a wife shows up and partners with her husband, not because he can't handle things, but because marriage was never meant for one person to carry all the pressure, all the decisions, all the responsibility, while the other stands back. And what people don't always realize is that how we show up in a relationship doesn't stay neutral, it compounds, meaning the small daily choices either build trust and closeness over time or slowly create distance and resentment. When a wife checks out, blames her husband for not doing enough, or making excuses for not showing up because the house is messy, the kids are overwhelming, or life feels heavy, it might seem small in the moment, but repeated over time, those moments stack up, shaping the tone of marriage, teaching both partners what effort is expected, and quietly deciding whether the relationship grows stronger or weaker. The same is true in the other direction, because when I choose to show up, help without being asked, take responsibility instead of blaming, and support my husband without conditions, that behavior compounds too, building momentum, trust, and goodwill that make the relationship easier and lighter as time goes on. This way of living takes consistent practice because none of this is a one time decision or a quick fix. It's built in the daily moments when it would be easier to complain, withdraw, or wait. And consistency matters because effort done once makes a dent, but effort done regularly changes the direction of a marriage. Showing up is a choice, and it starts with taking an honest look at myself because I can't expect my marriage to improve if I'm unwilling to reflect on my own habits, my mindset, my reactions, and the ways I might be avoiding responsibility. And that self awareness only works when it's practice, not when it's occasional. Rejecting a victim mindset is part of that daily practice because seeing myself as stuck, overwhelmed, or owed something only keeps me reactive, while ownership practiced over time compounds into confidence, calm, and steady leadership at home. I choose to show up for my husband not because I'm forced to and not because I expect anything back, but because I want his life to be better, lighter, and stronger because I'm in it. And marriage works best when both people are consistently trying to improve each other's lives, knowing that effort given today might not show immediate results, but it always adds up. When I show up as a high agency wife and mom, I take full responsibility for myself by taking care of my health, eating well, working out, staying strong, and building confidence because discipline practice consistently compounds into energy, patience, and emotional stability. And that shows up directly in how I treat my husband and our kids. I also create simple systems and routines in our home so things run smoothly because order practiced over time compounds into freedom, less stress, and clearer thinking, while chaos left unchecked compounds into tension and burnout. I keep learning, building skills, growing as a person, and contributing financially when I can because growth doesn't pay off overnight, but over months and years. It creates options, security, and resilience, and that return benefits the whole family, not just me. What's powerful about this approach is that it creates a feedback loop because when I show up consistently, my husband feels supported, respected, and less alone. And that often leads him to show up with more energy, more patience, and more support in return. And when I experience that support, it makes me want to give even more, not out of obligation, but because momentum builds when effort is met with effort. That's how we elevate each other, not through demands or expectations, but through repeated acts of care, responsibility, and partnership that stack up over time, creating a cycle where both of us get stronger instead of one person carrying everything. Our kids are watching this loop play out every single day, learning that healthy relationships aren't about keeping score. They're about mutual investment, and the effort you give often comes back multiplied when both people are committed. I ask my husband honest questions like, what's heavy right now? Where do you need support? and how can I help you and our family better? Not once, but regularly, because alignment maintained over time builds trust, and trust makes help feel natural instead of forced. That's also where marriage becomes more fun because when both people are engaged and lifting each other, the relationship feels lighter, safer, and more connected, and helping each other stops feeling like work and starts feeling like teamwork. I don't do any of this expecting praise or something in return because service with expectations creates pressure, but service practice consistently creates peace, respect, and momentum. And the return on this investment is real, even if it's not immediate, because consistency builds a stronger marriage, a calmer home, kids who feel secure, and a life with more clarity and freedom instead of constant stress and repair. If you want to help your partner now, commit to the practice. Take care of yourself daily. Keep growing. Reflect often. Take initiative at home. Reduce mess and noise and create order because every small effort you repeat feeds the loop. And over time, that loop elevates both of you. I show up because this is my family. This is my marriage. And this life is too important to live on autopilot. And at the end of the day, our home is filled with so much love. And I want nothing more than to protect that, grow it, and keep building a life together that feels good to live in every single day. If you find this content helpful, please support my channel and subscribe.